Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 68.
I think so. And this time Oski refused to be silent. You're right, Bronet, he said. You're definitely right. He looked angrily at Korzak and Ishklaw. This was the idea that Bronet had before, now that I come to remember. Don't you recall him saying something about an old 20th century song? About the music that seemed the harmonious echo to our discordant life? The music that is called the lost chord? Well, this is what he was thinking of. He'd been brooding on it. He'd hatched it out. This is his idea, and he's right. But how does it help us? Demanded Ishklaw. How are we to save our lives? Asked Korzak. How do you apply this, Bronet? Said Oski.
Well, we've got to recognize the fact that everything here is random, pure random. That's all a matter of chance and luck.
How is that going to save us? Demanded Korzak.
Everything here is patternless,
came the voice of Bronet down the air conditioning tube.
What do we do in a world of scientific principles, a world of regulations, of order and orderliness?
Asked Bronet rhetorically. We behave in an orderly way, said Oski. We know that if you do A, B follows. If you do C, D will follow, and so on. You know that if you touch a hot stove, you get burnt. We knew that if you smoke or drink to excess, you shorten your life.
Exactly. That is the key. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Do you remember that saying, Oski? Do you remember that saying?
His voice echoed and boomed down the pipe. Yeah, said Oski. I remember it.
Apply it then. Apply it, shouted Bronet.
You do the applying, said Oski. We haven't got the appliances. Bronet was laughing. He sounded rather wild.
That's it,
he said hoarsely. Well, what are you trying to say? Demanded Oski.
One of us has got to go temporarily crazy, said Bronet. Chaos, disorder, another word for it is madness.
So? Asked Oski.
So I've got the controls, said Bronet. And if I let myself go insane, temporarily insane, if I force myself to dwell on the enormity of this situation until I've got no rational thoughts left, and if in a wild fury of berserk cerebral exhaustion I fling myself around this control room hitting anything at pure random, then it may be, just may be, that I shall get the ship safely away.
He's right, murmured Oski, coming away from the speaking tube quietly. Bronet was deliberately working himself up into a kind of frenzy. They could hear him shrieking and laughing down the tube.
I'm crazy,
he kept telling himself.
Now what should we do next? Let's pull all the little jack handles. Boom, 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 boom,
he shouted. Various pieces of alien equipment started to go into operation, and then to go out of operation.
Pure random,
screamed Bronet. They could hear his voice echoing and round and round the control room. The aliens were gesticulating madly to one another with their pseudopods. They seemed to be getting into a tighter and tighter huddle. Korzak touched the edge of that huddle, touched the nearest alien, and received a sensation of confused anxiety that was so powerful it sent him flying across the room. The alien whom he had touched came away from the others.
Tell us what is happening,
came the thought as the alien's nearest pseudopod touched Oski. This is Bronet's answer, said Oski. We're living in a corner of the universe that can only be described as insane. This is the negative to the positive universe in which we live. This is the confusion that makes our order possible. This is the chaos which makes it feasible for us to live in a universe which is governed by scientific principles. Oski was getting almost eloquent in his oratory.
Here ends Session 68.